Crazy, bizarre, identity disorders, addicts, catfish, dysfunctional families, uncontrollable teens. There's nothing Dr. Phil hasn't seen, and in this video, we'll have a look at 15 times he completely lost it on live TV. For a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card, comment with the worst case. Number 15, Cash Me Outside. How about that? Bad Baby doesn't need an introduction, and if you don't know this girl, you need to move out of the cave you're living in. Usually there's an 86% success rate for people who go to the ranch, but let's just say that Danielle Bregoli lies in the other 24%. When she appeared on Dr. Phil, she was arrogant, violent, rude, sarcastic, entitled, and any other thing you can think of when it comes to uncontrollable teens. Her interview with Dr. Phil left everyone speechless, but when her mom went back to the show after ranch time, Dr. Phil completely lost it. She told Dr. Phil that the ranch didn't help her daughter, and in fact, Dr. Phil should be thankful for hosting them because when Danielle was on the show, they had the highest ratings and views. Shots fired. Number 14, this is my show, not yours. Most teenagers probably already know Nicolette, the real brat of Beverly Hills. She's one of the rich trendsetters of Beverly Hills with a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. Well, her visit to Dr. Phil is arguably one of the most memorable ones. She ranted about her allowance being reduced from $2,500 to $1,000 per month. And she complained that her mom wanted to get her a Mercedes C-Class instead of a G-Wagon. When Dr. Phil told her that he doesn't spend a lot of money on cars, Nicolette told him that she felt sorry for him and they needed to concentrate on her because it was her show and not Dr. Phil's. Let's just say everyone went, ooh, and Nicolette served time feeding the homeless in one of Dr. Phil's programs. After Nicolette's appearance, we had several copycats on the show, and the biggest copycat was, of course, Tamara. Number 13, a mother's insane advice. Marianne goes down as the mother who gave her daughter the most insane advice. When she found out that her husband had visited a strip club, she did everything in her power to be like the strippers. Well, she told her daughter that she hated the strippers, but she was going out of her way to look like one. She changed her wardrobe, cut her hair, frequently did her makeup, and even placed a pole in the room to learn the moves. Then she told her daughter that to keep her boyfriend, she needed to give him as much sex as possible and do plastic surgery to look perfect. Marianne actually took her daughter to the first boob job, and she kept telling the doctors to go higher. If we met her today, we would ask the same question Dr. Phil asked.
Are you insane?
Number 12, using a sick child for views. In one of the Dr. Phil interviews, we met Bodie, a child who has autism and possibly schizophrenia. In his lifetime, Bodie was hospitalized over 20 times and had been on 5 different medications by the age of 11. The mom, Susan, opened a YouTube channel and documented her son's behavior while doing some of the most absurd things. In one of the videos, she questions Bodie and asks him if he needs medication and which type of medication he needs. Susan insisted that in the past, Bodie told them what type of medication he needed, yet everyone could clearly see that the child was not in a position to make such a judgment. When she told Dr. Phil that he didn't know what he was saying, Dr. Phil completely lost it and told her that the child could not decide the type of medication he needed. And neither could Susan. Number 11, if your boyfriend beats you, stay with him. The only reason Dr. Phil had Romina on the show was because her video with an idiotic message had already been viewed by over 5 million people, and most of the viewers were young girls. When she was narrating her story, Dr. Phil and everyone in the audience lost it. The video she uploaded on YouTube told young girls that if their boyfriends hit them, they should stay with them because it's proof of love. According to Romina, no man would risk jail time for somebody they don't love. She then explains that the girls should actually apologize to the boyfriends when they are hit because for a boyfriend to hit them, they must have done something really bad. What are you even saying, Romina? Bye. Next. Number 10, she's better off smoking under my roof. At 17 years old, Taylor already had 5 years experience in smoking cigarettes and vaping. That means she started when she was 12. Taylor always snuck out of the house, stole her mom's car, and hung out with people who were old enough to buy her alcohol. Her older sister Madison is the one who wrote to Dr. Phil because she felt that their mom was enabling Taylor's behavior, and that is what threw everyone off, including Dr. Phil. Kim bought her teenage daughter cigarettes, vape pods, and alcohol. What the hell happened to proper parenting? Luckily, Taylor was able to get the help she needed and eventually reformed. Abusive dad or lying mom. Number 9. Sandra was in a custody battle with her ex and she needed to make sure that the odds were in her favor. She said that Joey molested her daughters and didn't have any rights to them. To prove her wrong, Joey took a polygraph test and the results said that he didn't molest his daughters. Sandra also took the test, but her results were inconclusive. Joey also claimed that his ex-wife was still spreading the rumors to her neighbors even after he took the test and passed. When Dr. Phil invited Sandra's neighbor to the stage, she walked out, and when he had Joey on stage, she also threatened to walk out. That's not how the show works, Sandra. And Dr. Phil lost it when she wanted things done her way. Number 8, is love really blind? Allow us to introduce you to Angie and Michael, first cousins who fell in love and left their spouses to be together. It was illegal for them to get married in Utah, so they got their marriage certificate in Colorado. and then they went back to Utah. The big question was why they went public with the relationship even if they knew they would face legal charges, because they were still living in Utah. Well, according to Michael, they were simply looking for support and hoped that marriage among family members would be legalized. His argument was that 60 years ago, interracial marriages were a taboo, but now they're accepted, and so it should be the same thing with blood-related unions. Quick update. They are in a hot mess right now. Michael is incarcerated for prescription drug stealing, and Angie is pregnant and alone with no income. And when she gives birth, they could face up to a $10,000 fine and 5 years in prison, because intercourse between cousins is illegal in their home state due to the long-held fear of birth defects. Parenting 101, number 7. In this world, we have mothers. Then we have Gabrielle's mother, Kaylee. Gabrielle's grandmother wrote to Dr. Phil because she was worried that her granddaughter was turning into a wretched, irresponsible mother. She shamelessly allowed her daughter to drink, smoke marijuana, and have sex when she was 14 years old. Both Gabrielle and Kaylee didn't see a problem in what she was doing, and their sarcasm threw Dr. Phil off. Fortunately, he still offered Gabrielle some ranch time, and he suggested that she should not go back to the same home after the turnaround program. Number 6, I have one condition. Bailey was set to appear on Dr. Phil, but she only had one condition for Dr. Phil and his producers. She said she would only go on stage if her biological mother was not called to the show. One of the producers was even called on stage to verify the demands, and the producer made it clear that it was not in her position to decide who would go on the show. Anyone who knows Dr. Phil knows that these are not the kind of demands guests are allowed to make on his show. He made it very clear to Bailey that he can bring whoever he wants, and she can do nothing about it. Oh, she was on the show because she sent hundreds of love messages to a woman she had never met and claimed that she had some psychic powers. Weird. Number 5, the destiny of Destoni. 14-year-old Destoni was uncontrollable. Her mother was willing to get her the help she required. She refused to listen to her mom and her teachers and often got into trouble with the police for breaking the law. Well, those were things Dr. Phil had dealt with for years, but her other problem wasn't very common. Destoni threatened to carry a gun to school and shoot at people. That was a very insensitive thing to say, especially to Americans who have painful memories of mass shootings. The concern and worry on the audience members' faces were just disheartening, especially after a girl who had survived a shooting at her school spoke up. We really hope Destoni was saying such things only to get attention because, like the girl in the audience said, it always starts with the threats. Number 4, Telly Zelly. When Chantelli was younger, she was a straight-A student who participated in debates and won numerous medals for her informative contributions. She also won a 4-year college scholarship, but as soon as she joined, she decided college wasn't the best place for her. So she dropped out, changed her name to Telly Zelly, and got a ridiculous tattoo on her forehead. The brother was supportive of the decision to drop out of school, but the rest of the family was against the decision, and they called Telly a wannabe rapper. She also miraculously acquired a heavy accent, which sounds somewhere between Cardi B's accent and Bad Baby's accent. Dr. Phil had one problem, though. The mom said she was against the music, but she financed and supported her throughout. Okay, Telly Zelly has some music videos out, and there are mixed reactions from viewers. Check them out and be the judge of whether she stands a chance in the rap industry or not. A teen murderer? Number 3. With Zach's case, Dr. Phil didn't have to show that he had completely lost it. This interview goes down as one of the creepiest interviews on Dr. Phil ever. There wasn't even an audience for it because not many people would stomach what Zach was narrating. Zach wanted to free himself and his brother from their mom, so he went to the garage, took a sledgehammer, walked to his mom's room when she was asleep, and hit her on the head with the sledgehammer at least 20 times. And he laughed when the mom's brain matter was all over his shirt. Then he documented the incident in his journal. Okay, we'll leave it at that before we lose our minds. Number 2, the new princess of Hollywood. Mariah is an aspiring fashion designer who says she's 10,000% focused on her career. She loves shopping, especially on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, and she spends between $10,000 and $15,000 a week on purses, handbags, and accessories. The biggest problem with Mariah is that she steps on almost everyone she meets. She's mean to people and likes to flaunt her expensive things. One time, she even cut her friend's t-shirt to pieces because she bought a similar t-shirt. When her friend Mia was on the show, she told her that she's sorry Mia is not rich enough to visit her frequently. Wow. Well, she may be swimming in money, but this girl can't do basic math, and that is what threw everyone off. According to Mariah, she has a $1 million trust fund, and she's been receiving $200,000 per month since she left high school, and she's been out for over a year. And number 1, treasure or trash. Have you ever met anyone who is racist against their own race? Well, apart from Treasure, the White Queen, if there's one interview on Dr. Phil which made everyone mad, it was this one. We won't even go into all the nasty things she said about black people because they are too disgusting. Dr. Phil lost it. The audience lost it. America lost it. Heck, the whole world lost it on this one. After her appearance on Dr. Phil, Treasure opened a YouTube channel, but she only has a handful of subscribers and her videos have more dislikes than likes. Newsflash, Treasure still insists that she is white. Can someone please give this girl a mirror that works? And that brings us to the end of the video. So, which guest on Dr. Phil made you lose your mind? Let us know in the comment section below. Remember, we publish amazing videos daily. This has been Riveted.